Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. I had a pretty good weekend myself. It was a little bit busy, but I am ready for the start of a new week. This is the first week of summer break for us, so should be interesting to see how we navigate this summer because Stella did not want to sign up for any camps. She didn't want to do any sports. She just wants a summer to chill, so we're gonna give that a go. You might slowly see me like descend into madness over the next 3 months, so just bear with me. Anyway, you guys, last week I shared I think I just did like a top 5 of my holy grail makeup items that if I lost these things, I would immediately repurchase them. There are just times where you find products that work incredibly well for you and you just hope and pray that they never get discontinued. Because here's the thing, I can make a lot of makeup work. You know, if I lost my Viseart Pro 1, I would immediately repurchase it. Well, I'd have to get volume 2 now, but I would immediately repurchase it. But that being said, I could go to the like 30 other eyeshadow palettes that I have in my collection and I'm sure find a look that I really enjoy. But it's just not the same, you know? You find those things and you're like, this is my thing. I love this. So today we are doing that, but for makeup tools. For me, I think almost as important as the like makeup product itself is the tool which you use to apply that makeup. I think that makes a huge difference. And I have some tools here that I'm gonna share with you guys. I think some of these things may even be discontinued. I have had some of these makeup brushes for years. And by years, I mean like over a decade. If you take care of your makeup brushes properly, they can last you forever. But you do need to wash them periodically. You need to be somewhat gentle, so don't smash brushes into your face. You know how to take care of your stuff, right? So if you take care of these items, they will last you years, and some of these things, I mean, this guy right here, which I'll talk about first, I think is actually probably close to 15 years old. That's right, 15. So this is, and by the way, I have 10 items here because I couldn't narrow it down. These are all things that I need. Okay, so this is a brow brush from Smashbox. Now, some of you might think, hey, your brows are micro shaded, and they are, and I love them. I would never not have micro shading at this point. In fact, I think I might go get them touched up. Not this year, but probably next year. But because I wear SPF on my face every single day, as you should, I do put the SPF over my brows. And in the case of some of my tinted SPFs, like the brand new Dermatology Physical Tinted Moisturizer, this was just released yesterday, by the way. If you don't have it in your cart yet, it's really good. I'll link my video from yesterday. This is fantastic. This is up there with the Paula's Choice. It is that good. Okay, but back to this brush. Because I cover up my brows with SPF, it can mute the color out quite a bit, especially with a tinted SPF. So I do go in with my beloved brow powder, which you can't get anymore. However, I spent years telling you guys, if you have gray hair, you need to just pick up all of these that you can get your hands on. So I told you so. My Tarte Amazonian Clay Brow Powder in gray. There is nothing like this. A gray eyeshadow, not the same. It's not the same. I've tried a few different brow powders, not the same. This is it. Anyway, so I use this brush to just go over my brows really quickly. And back in the day, before my brows were micro shaded, this was fantastic because it has nice stiff bristles, and that really helps me get the powder where I want it to be, and so that it doesn't like floof everywhere. This is a wonderful brush. I think Smashbox still has this one available. I purchased this off of QVC back when Smashbox was like the big thing on QVC. I'm telling you, it's been at least 15 years with this brush, and I baby it like it's Nobody's business. I love you. Holy grail for sure. All right, I have 2 powder foundation brushes because if you are new, I exclusively use powder foundation because I have oily skin. I might be turning 43 this year, but I still have the oil production of a 17-year-old boy. So for me, powder foundation is the best. I have 2 brushes that I rely on, not every single day because I get 2 different looks from these brushes, so that's why they're here together. The first is so inexpensive and it's my usual go-to everyday brush. So this is the Milani, that's very exotic of me, Milani powder bronzer brush. I think this is like $15.99. By the way, I will link all of these down below. The information will be down in the description box. Yeah, this is wonderful for just a light to medium coverage powder foundation look. This is the one I use most days because most days I don't want a really heavy look to my powder foundation. However, if there is a special event or I got something going on where I really want my skin to look flawless, this brush comes into play. Now I think I paid maybe $58 or $60 for this brush. It's ridiculous, but it's one of my favorite high coverage powder foundation brushes that I've ever tried. This is from IT Cosmetics. It is their Heavenly Skin Bye Bye Pores powder brush number 701. I like this rounded shape and it's very dense. So you can see this is much more dense than this. This is very, like there's a lot of bristles here, but they are looser. These are very tight, and so this gives me better coverage. So where I really want to buff things into the skin and maybe do like a couple layers of powder foundation, this is what I would use for everyday use, this. Neither one of these will ever leave my collection. This one I owe Susan Reedy a big high five for because she actually sent this to me a couple Christmases ago. I've loved it ever since. Thank you, Susan, you're the best. Yeah. These 2 must-haves. Now, in terms of contour powder, this has been my go-to for a very long time. I think this was also gifted to me by Susan one Christmas. And it's from Sonia Kashuk. So this is available at Target, so fairly affordable. This is actually, I think, one of their blush brushes. But obviously, I have a larger face. I have a round face. It just is what it is. I'm not like insulting myself. I just know the shape of face that I have, which is like a round melon. So for me, I like to contour, and to contour my cheekbones, I have been using this. Again, I think it's a blush brush. I think it's still available. I will link this one if I can. It's perfect for my contour. I can do contour wherever I want to. It is very precise. Because there's some give in the bristles, it really helps to blend things out. I can certainly do a much more like intense contour with this, but most days I just take a little bit of my Kevyn Aucoin, the sculpting powder, and just, you know, get it in there underneath my cheekbones and I'm good to go. This is fabulous. And again, it's from Sonia Kashuk, so pretty readily available. All right, let's talk, let's stick with the cheeks while we're here. I don't know if this is still available, but this is another Sonia Kashuk brush. The writing has worn off. Yep, Sonia Kashuk Tools. You can kind of still see it right there. I really like natural bristle brushes when it comes to blush. I don't think these synthetic bristles like these guys here are as good at placing the blush. That's just a personal opinion thing. You do you. But for me, natural bristles just give the most soft effect when it comes to blush. And this one, again, because it has a solid surface area and isn't some tiny little, like some companies try to pass this off as a blush brush. Like this is a cheek brush. Yep, the Luxe Cheek Finish from Zoeva. It's a great brush. Sometimes I will use it for contour and it's great for that, but no, sorry, I need coverage. This gives me coverage. Hopefully this is still available. If not, try to find yourself a natural bristle brush for things like blush. I'm telling you, if you don't like the way blush looks and you're using one of these like synthetic type brushes, try Natural Bristle. I think you're gonna like it a lot more. Anyway, I love this brush. I don't know what I'm gonna do when she dies someday, so I baby her like crazy. By the way, I wash all of my makeup brushes in the Dr. Bronner's soap, so you can either get the liquid or just the bars of soap. In fact, I am heading to Ulta today. I wanna do a drugstore makeup challenge this week. But you guys are asking for it, so I'm gonna go buy some drugstore makeup after I'm done with this video and film a get ready with me with all drugstore makeup. Is there drugstore powder foundation? I don't even know. I gotta look. Anyway, this is fabulous, love it. All right, everyone needs a big fluffy brush like this. Now, this is from Sephora. This is from the Sephora brand. This is I've had this one for a long time, the Pro Featherweight Powder Brush. This is the number 91. I think they have changed the brushes since I got this many moons ago. But I like to use brushes like this to brush away fallout from underneath my eyes when I'm doing my eyeshadow. You can also use this as a bronzer brush. It would be fabulous for setting powder. It would be fabulous for just a light wash of highlighter. I love that the bristles are not super tightly packed, so it has some nice give, but it just is perfect at sweeping things away or distributing product lightly. Plus, it feels like a bunny is caressing your face when you use this one. It's really nice. So I love this. Okay. My go-to eye crease brush, really I can use whatever to put on color on my lid. So whether it's my finger, whether it's just a Zoeva shadow brush, like this one I use quite frequently, the number 232, the Luxe Classic Shader. I really like this one, but I don't need it. I do need this. This is also from Zoeva. This is their Luxe Soft Definer, the number 227. You can see, obviously, I've used this bad boy today. This just fits so perfectly into my crease. This is very much like the MAC, what is it, the 217? I haven't used MAC brushes in years, so I think it was the 217. It's perfect. It just fits in there perfectly. It has the best amount of give. These are natural bristle hairs. I don't love the synthetic as much when it comes to blending out my crease, but that's just me. But this is fantastic, and it's from Zoeva. I think it's like, I don't know, 12 or 15 bucks at the most. It's really worth checking out. If you struggle with blending out your crease, I would really recommend trying this one out. All right, and now we're gonna get to kind of like the smaller stuff here. In terms of makeup blenders or sponges, the Real Techniques is really my go-to. I love the Beauty Blender products. I think they're fantastic, but honestly, you can just get away with getting the Real Techniques at Ulta. I don't think you need to spend a ton of money on sponges. That being said, they're totally a personal preference thing. I just happen to like the density of the Real Techniques sponges. This one is like their biggest one. I think this is actually meant for the body. But I use this to put my setting powder down on top of my powder, on top of my SPF before I go over top with my powder foundation. If you want an example of that, I will link my last Get Ready With Me, my chit chat video. I'll put that in the description box. So it's near the start of the video. So you can see how I put the powder foundation on my face with a sponge and then, you know, go in with the rest of my makeup. So, but that one is fantastic. I think that the texture, the density of those sponges, they clean up really nicely. And if one like rips in half, it's $5. It's not a huge deal. But that being said, I try to make my sponges last as long as possible. Usually I have them for well over a year. And I will cycle through, this is just one of my little containers. I will cycle through several of my sponges so that I don't wear any of them out too quickly. All right, two more things. First, tweezers. I happen to really love these really cheap tweezers from Revlon. I do think the Tweezerman tweezers are fantastic. In fact, I was just at Costco this past weekend and they have the Tweezerman full-size tweezers with a travel size for under 20 bucks. I think it was like $18.99 or something like that. I almost bought it, but I don't need another pair of tweezers. We have multiple in the house. But I really like these pointed tweezers because they really help me get the brow hairs that are just starting to poke through. I hate when brow hairs like start to grow in. I hate that pokey feeling. It just bugs me. So I immediately, like, if it's outside of the line of the micro shading, it goes. And these I think are the best because they just grab the hairs the best, even better than the slanted tweezers. So, and that was another reason I didn't grab the Tweezerman, is they are the slanted ones. And I think it's easier for me to grab the hairs with the pointed ones. And again, these are from Revlon. I think the actual like Revlon thing has like, yeah, it has totally like worn off. I think it was like on here, but these are great. I love pointy ones. They're the best. And then lastly, I am a girl who loves her mascara. I don't do false lashes. I just don't have the time, the patience, nor do I want to put in the effort for false lashes. So mascara really is an important part of my makeup routine, but I hate clumpy, chunky lashes. They just, every time I see someone with lashes that are just like chunked together with mascara, I just want to take my little comb and just do them the favor of just combing it all out for them. I really have to restrain myself sometimes, you guys. You know how there's that one thing that just kind of drives you crazy? When people just slap on mascara, that is one of my like pet peeves. Because I'm like, oh, your lashes could be so separated and just luxurious and lush and voluminous, and here you are with these 3 spider legs like on each eye. This particular one I have had for a very long time. This one is also from the Sephora brand. I have had it for years. It is a metal comb. If you don't want to purchase from Sephora, guess who has one? Real Techniques. Now this one isn't as like travel friendly, so this one can fold up, so it's perfect to take with you on the go. This one obviously does not, but it does have the metal bristles, and this is really key here. The metal bristles comb through the clumps much better and then sweep them away. Like I have clumps, I need to take I just have, what are these? These are just alcohol wipes, and I will wipe this down like every other day and get all the little mascara clumps out. So make sure that you, please always wash your makeup brushes. Again, this is a must. If you don't wash your brushes at least once a week, I would highly encourage you to do so, especially if you're prone to breakouts. And if you notice that your brushes have kind of like a scent to them, that is all of the dirt, the oil, the skin cells, the bacteria, just building a nice little colony in there. So wash your makeup brushes. Again, I will link the Dr. Bronner's that I use in the description box down below. So easy. It's very quick. You don't even need like a fancy, you don't need one of those mitts. Just use your fingers and gently wash your bristles. You guys, these are my go-tos, my must-haves, I cannot live without these. All of them in one hand. I love these brushes. These are my go-tos. I would repurchase them immediately. Let me know down below in the comments what your tell me your top 3 makeup tools. I don't know, maybe I'll add something else to my collection here, but I think I have a pretty good grouping of some holy grails for me right here. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch today. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, I don't know what I was gonna say. I was just gonna trail off into something else, but I don't know what. Have a great rest of your day. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.